Welcome to this explainer. Look, the pace of AI releases lately is just dizzying. Every single week, there's a new flagship model, a new open weight champion, or some subtle system update that completely changes the game. It legitimately leads to major AI fatigue, right? Well, if you want to cut through all that noise and get the absolute most out of artificial intelligence, you're in the exact right place. Today, we're going to fundamentally shift the way you look at the tools you use every single day. Let's dive right in and be totally honest with ourselves for a second. Are you treating your favorite AI like a Swiss Army knife? Think back to a few months ago. You probably signed up for a major flagship model, maybe Claude, maybe ChatGPT, and now, purely out of muscle memory, you just default to that one single interface. You open the tab and kind of just expect it to flawlessly handle every single request you throw at it, regardless of how complex it actually is. If that sounds like you, hey, you are definitely not alone. It's incredibly common to force vastly different tasks through the exact same tool. But think about what we're actually asking these systems to do here. On one hand, you might be drafting a super nuanced, emotionally intelligent email to a frustrated client. 5 minutes later, you're asking that exact same interface to debug a brittle 500-line Python script that requires rigid, unforgiving, logical precision. Then you want it to crunch a massive spreadsheet of raw data, and finally, spit out a highly stylized image for a presentation. Out of pure convenience, we're demanding a generalist to act like a master of all trades. But here is the absolute crucial point we need to establish right out of the gate. No single AI model is the best at everything. Relying on just one system for your entire workflow is always going to give you suboptimal results across the board. It's literally like trying to use a heavy hammer to turn a tiny screw. Sure, if you whack it hard enough, you might eventually force it into the wood, but it's going to be messy, wildly inefficient, and the final product just won't hold up. In the tech world, that translates to wasted compute, frustrating hallucinations, and hours spent fixing code that a specialized tool would have completely nailed on the first try. Section 1. Selection beats prompt engineering. So picking the right model from the start, that actually matters way more than obsessively tweaking your prompt engineering. We have all been trapped in that endless, frustrating cycle. You type out a prompt, the output is mediocre, so you go back and add modifiers like take a deep breath or act as a senior expert with 20 years of experience. You're meticulously engineering keywords, trying to squeeze blood from a stone. But listen, if the underlying system wasn't trained heavily on the logic required for your task, no amount of all caps instructions will fix it. On the flip side, model selection is simply picking the tool fundamentally built for the job. You bypass the frustration entirely and get a significantly better result just by choosing correctly on day one. And this brings us to a really fascinating concept we call domain dominance. Depending on what you're trying to accomplish, completely different models dominate specific domains like coding, writing, reasoning, math, and vision. There's a very structural reason for this. Think about it. A model fine-tuned on millions of GitHub repositories and Stack Overflow discussions is going to absolutely dominate coding. But that same model, it might sound incredibly robotic and sterile when you ask it to write persuasive marketing copy. Conversely, a model trained heavily on conversational dialogue and literature will write beautifully, but probably fail basic algebra. Their diets of training data are entirely different, which creates entirely different strengths. Section 2. The metrics that matter. So to stop guessing, we've got to look at the hard data. Specifically, we're looking at how different models compare in pricing, context windows, and real-world speed. Why do these matter so much? Well, imagine you're building a retrieval augmented generation application, and you need to feed a 100-page legal PDF into the AI. Your context window is your absolute bottleneck here. It dictates exactly how much data the model can hold in memory at once. That makes a highly intelligent model totally useless if it literally cannot process the size of your document. Pricing dictates your scaling, especially if you're running thousands of API calls. And real-world speed? That's critical for practical use, especially if you're integrating it into a live customer-facing app where latency just absolutely kills the user experience. But if we look ahead, the real gold standard is shifting to something called agentic performance. This is absolutely the future of AI benchmarks and how we're going to measure true AI capability. This metric evaluates an AI's ability to act as an autonomous agent. We aren't just talking about answering a single trivia question anymore. Agentic performance tests whether you can give an AI a complex, multi-step goal, like asking it to go research your top 3 competitors' pricing on the web, compile that data into a CSV file, and then write a summary report comparing them to your current product tier, and measuring its ability to independently figure out those subtasks, execute them, and successfully finish the whole workflow without you holding its hand. Section 3, meet the SquidLab leaderboard. Okay, so how do we practically apply all this without spending 3 hours researching every single morning? Let's face it, the AI landscape shifts literally week to week. A static list of the best models from just a month ago is completely obsolete today. We need a way to track the absolute cutting edge, which brings us to SquidLab. This is a completely free, daily updated leaderboard designed to cut straight through the noise. It gives you a live snapshot of the ecosystem so you never have to guess who the current heavyweights are. Let's break down exactly how this empowers you. Step 1. It pulls live benchmark data directly from highly trusted sources, like the LMSS Arena and Agent Arena. If you aren't familiar with LMSS, it relies on crowdsourced, blind A/B testing, which means human users vote on which model gave the better answer, without even knowing which models they're evaluating. It's an incredibly accurate reflection of real-world quality. Step 2, it lets you effortlessly filter those results by your specific task category, whether that's coding, hard math, or creative writing. And step 3, it actually lets you compare up to 3 models at once, side by side, so you can evaluate the exact outputs for your specific prompt. And you aren't just looking at a couple of big-name household options here either. SquidLab ranks over 25 different AI models to show you exactly what fits your needs. This is a massive advantage. If you rely solely on the big 2 or 3 major corporate models, you're completely missing out on an incredible ecosystem of hyper-specialized tools. There are brilliant open-weight models out there that might be significantly cheaper and exponentially faster for your specific data analysis workflow, and this platform gives you total visibility into all of them. If you're ready to actually implement this, here's your playbook. You can access all of this live data for free right now at squidlab.squidbot.app. But more importantly, if you really want to dig into the deeper logic behind the daily shifts in the leaderboard, you can find a comprehensive breakdown of this entire precision selection strategy on the Squid Circle blog at blog.squidcircle.com. It is a fantastic resource for continued learning to ensure you actually understand the structural shifts happening in the space. All right, I'll leave you with this final thought for today's explainer. If you want the absolute best outcome, you have to use the best model for the job. In a landscape that's moving this aggressively fast, using the wrong AI model isn't just a minor inefficiency, it's a major competitive disadvantage. You now have the framework. You understand the underlying training and metrics that actually dictate performance, and you've got the live tools to navigate it all. The ability to choose with absolute precision is free and sitting right in front of you. So, what are you going to build with the right model today?